adding and subtracting P4, rational expressions. Adding and subtracting is what we're going to focus on today.
Let's do it.
Okay, if I am going to add and subtract a fraction or fractions, what has to happen first? What do you have to have first if you want to add and subtract fractions? Common what? Denominator. Okay, common denominator. So if I have x over x minus 3, and I want to subtract it from 2 over 3x plus 4, I have to get common denominators first. What would be the least common denominator in this equation? No. What is my denominator here? X minus. Sorry. What is my other denominator here? 3x plus 4 and x minus 3. So that means both fractions have to have x minus 3 and 3x plus 4 in them. Okay, because that's the least common denominator in this case. There's no other way. So to get this side to have 3x plus 4, you have to multiply the top and bottom by 3x plus 4. To get this side to have x minus 3, you have to multiply the top and bottom by x minus 3. Okay, so we're going to do that. What happens when I have that to multiply out? What do I do here? I'm going to take this and I'm going to multiply 3x times x, which gives me what? Good. And then I'm going to take 4 multiplied by x, and it gives me 4x over, parentheses, 3x plus 4, x minus 3. Then I'm going to subtract from it this FOIL. What's x times 2? 2x. And what is negative 3 times 2? Negative 6 over x minus 3, 3x plus 4. Now I can combine like terms. What is 3x squared? There's none over there, so it's just 3x squared up top. Then I have 4x, and I have negative 2x, which gives me what? 2x plus 2x. And then I have nothing over here, but I have a minus negative 6, which gives me what? A positive 6 over x minus 3, 3x plus 4. Okay? And that is where we're going to stop. No, for that equation. That's where we're going to stop. So this is how we subtract that from it. So, now, that's subtracting with common denominators. Now we're going to do one more subtracting, and then we're going to look at doing addition and subtracting together. So let's look at this. X over 2x minus 1. Okay, and then we're going to subtract from it 1 over x plus 2. What do I need to do there? What do I need to do? Yes. I'm going to multiply this side by x plus 2 over x plus 2. What am I going to do to this side? Multiply by 2x minus 1 over 2x minus 1. Okay, so here I distribute FOIL. I get x squared plus 2x over x plus 2, 2x minus 1. Minus, and here I get 2x and negative 1 over 2x, or over x plus 2, 2x minus 1. So now I have x squared minus nothing, so I get x squared. I have 2x minus 2x, which gives me, and then I have negative minus 1. So I'm going to get plus 1. And you end up having this as your simplified version. And then we can take it a little bit further. We can talk about simplifying a rational expression. Simplify the rational expression. And let's say the expression looks like this. X squared plus 4x minus 12 over 3x minus 6. How am I going to simplify this? What do you need to do first? How are we going to simplify that? Okay, yeah, we're going to make it so that it's in foiled form up top. So I have an x and an x. What multiplies to give me negative 12 but adds to give me 4? Multiplies to give me 6 and 2. Good. Which one's positive? Which one's negative? Negative 2, positive 6. What can I factor out on the bottom there?
Where's your tissue?
It's under the computer. A 3, and then you have x minus 2. What happens now? X minus 2 cancels, leaving me with x plus 6 over 3. So when they tell me to simplify the rational expression, that's all I'm doing. And then the final thing we're going to look at is what happens if we are combining, and we do some adding and subtracting, or we do some other crazy stuff like this. Let's do 3 over x minus 1. And we're going to have more than one thing going on now. Minus 2 over x plus 3 over x squared minus 1. What do I need to do to combine all of these things? Well, no, this is kind of combining all of these things. So we're doing subtracting, we're doing addition. We do have to simplify at the end, so it's a combination of all 3 of these things. Okay, so what do I need to find here? Common denominators, right? But this right here is what is this special case here? Yes, Lindsay, what is it? A difference of squares. So technically, how does that factor out? Good, x minus 1, x plus 1. So if you see, these now are common. Okay? That's why we want to factor the bottoms out all the way to see if there's anything that overlaps so that we don't do it twice and make more work for ourselves. So the way I ask this question is, what does this bottom portion, what is it missing from here and from here? An x plus 1 and, no, it has an x minus 1. What am I missing from here? Just an x, right? So I need to take this part of my fraction and multiply it by x and x plus 1 on the top and bottom. So if I do that, okay, I'm going to FOIL this in so that it says x squared plus 1 so that I can factor this easier. So that you get 3x squared plus 3 over x plus 1, x minus 1. That part's taken care of now. What does this bottom portion, what is it missing from here and from here? It's missing the x minus 1, x plus 1, right? It's missing both. But I know that x minus 1 times x plus 1 is this x squared minus 1. So to make my life easier, I'm going to multiply the top and bottom by x squared minus 1. Well, I'm going to multiply it by this. So up top, you end up getting 2x squared minus 2 over x plus 1, x minus 1. What is this fraction missing? Just the I'm gonna multiply this fraction by x over x. So here you get plus x squared plus 3x over x, x plus 1, x minus 1. Now I can combine like terms. I have a 3x squared, I have a negative 2x squared, and I have an x squared. What does that give me? What's 3x squared minus 2x squared plus x squared? 3 minus 2 plus 1. 2x squared. It's 2x squared. 3x squared minus 2x squared gives me an x squared. X squared plus x squared gives me 2x squared. Then I have just a 3x. And then I have plus 3 minus a negative 2. What is that? Plus, it's positive 5. Good. All over x, x plus 1, x minus 1. That involved finding the least common denominator, finding so that I can multiply and solve. So you have to take it one step at a time there. We're still on what? That was the practice part. Okay, that's it.